I ruined the bumper on my Hellcat. Okay everybody, welcome to Photomikes Garage. Okay, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but we got some marks on the bumper here. Right there. Got a little scrape. Now, I'm hoping that that's just on the stripe, the wrap part. And we got a little mark here. It broke through the wrap at this point. And then we got a nice little scrape right on my rear diffuser. My cool rear diffuser. It's got a scrape. And that's all because I'm an idiot. Normally I wouldn't make a video like this because it shows that I'm not very smart, and I don't really want people to know that. But in the interest of public information, I'm going to make this video anyway. Basically what I was trying to do was to raise Barney the Hellcat here, raise Barney the Hellcat as high as I could, all four wheels off the ground, so that I can install my new drive shaft, shop drive shaft. And it turned out to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. Most people just say in their videos, okay, jack up the car and then get to work, right? Well, jacking up a 4,500 pound car, which is how much Barney weighs, it's not so easy, especially when you don't have really good equipment. Okay, I've got the jack stands. I've got a total of 6 jack stands. And this is my hydraulic jack. And it's definitely, you know, it's not an expensive one. It's not a high lift one. It's not a compact or aluminum. It's just your cheap Canadian Tire hydraulic jack. And it doesn't lift very high. And so I came into some problems. As you can see, I've got some wood underneath the tires here because I jacked it up very high, then I jacked it up higher again, and then just to get it down off the jack I had to raise the rear end of the car. And here's what I found is that I jacked up the rear of the car first, and actually as you jack up the car it moves backwards, because you got to understand your lever of your arm is starting here, and at the very top it's going to be here, so it's going to move a few inches back. Now either the car is going to move back or your jack is going to move forward. In this case, the Hellcat moved backwards. And as you can see from the line on the driveway, this is where the garage door comes down. It's actually very close to the end of the car. Now these are the jacking points I used on the car. You got these nice rubber biscuits here. So this is where I put a jack stand right here. This is also a place where you, on the pinch wheel, where you can lift, as well as right here. And if you're using the scissors jack that's in, it comes with the car, this is what you might use. But I'm using the rubber biscuits right here. And these are pretty convenient. This is a great idea from Dodge. Now when I lifted the rear of the car, I lifted off the rear differential, which is right there. And some people don't like doing that. It's aluminum and there's a worry that one of those fins could break. But I used a block of wood right there to try to distribute the force. And a lot of people have jacked up from the rear differential, so I did as well. And yeah, that's where the trouble started, because the whole car moved slowly backwards without me really noticing as I was jacking it up. Now after I had the rear end up fairly high, I used the front jacking points. Now it's a little more difficult to see underneath here, but there's a pinch weld right here, right there. Now as you can see, it's already bent. So it's already got damage done to it by my inept efforts. Right there is the main frame of the vehicle. It goes in towards the center of the vehicle at this point. You can jack on these points right here, and that's one way to get the car up. That's on the main frame right there. You can see there's a, where is it? You can see there's a metal reinforcing plate that directs the force right to where the pinch weld is. So You can also jack on this area. This also looks like it's partially damaged here. Okay. You can also jack on this plate right here. Yeah, but there's a lot of weight. And if your jack is not up to it, then you get a problem. And here's another part of my problem. I use wood blocks underneath my jack, and also I try to cover the tops of my jack stands with wood to try to distribute the force, to try to cause less damage to the car. But this vehicle weighs so much that it just destroyed all my wood blocks. There's one of my wood blocks I was using. See, it's cracked in two and just in pieces. They just can't handle the weight. They just can't handle the weight. So what you really need is a very dense rubber or plastic material, a very tough material. Maybe the same material that's used for the little, maybe the same material that's used for these little hockey pucks here to distribute the force. So I've really got to buy those maybe at the hardware store, because wood is just not safe. Another thing to note, this is the front of the car. When I was jacking up the front of the car steadily moved closer and closer to my post. Now I've got about, oh, maybe 2.5 inches there. As you can see, we're getting pretty close. The whole car moved over. So really, when you're gonna jack up this car, you've got to really be aware of things that are in close proximity to the car. So I actually think I was pretty lucky that the damage is so minor. I'll show you how the garage door came down, and now I've moved the car back a little bit, so it's not going to hit right now, but I'll show you how close it is. Okay, so there's the garage door. This is the part that actually hit the car. Right there, the part that sticks out. And when the car was jacked up, it actually moved back this far. That allowed the garage door to strike it. Now, of course, I should have been aware of all these things. I kind of am aware of these things, that the car does move slightly when you jack it up, but I still made that mistake. Rookie mistake, but there you go. Now, the damage isn't really that much, but it just pisses me off that I've caused my own damage. I'm the person that's caused damage to Barney the Hellcat. I feel really foolish and embarrassed that this happened, but I'm just making this video so that everyone knows that you know, you got to take your time. You got to have the proper tools in order to lift up these heavy cars. You need really good jack stands that can take the weight. 4,500 pounds. That's a lot of weight. He's a big guy, that's for sure. Barney's a big guy. And of course, the ultimate would be to get a lift, like a 4-post or 2-post lift. Of course, that's not going to happen. Or the quick jacks. The quick jacks is sort of like a compromise way. They're portable. They can go right underneath each side of the car, and they'll lift it up. Now, that's what I really want. That's almost affordable. And maybe on my birthday, I might get quick jacks. That would make this whole operation a lot easier. And yeah, I'll put a link below of where the quick jacks are and what they are to explain that more fully, but that would be the ultimate solution for a big heavy vehicle like this. Anyway, don't make the same mistake as me. Thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time.